Hey there everyone, Lord Frigid here, and welcome to another episode of Aether Raids Offense. This time we're in Astra season, and I have to say my season was surprisingly smooth. In fact, on both of the final 2 days of the season, I got matched with a free win map, which made for a relaxing battle experience, but unfortunately means that I only have 2 battles to showcase today. That's just how it goes sometimes, I guess. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into these battles. Today's first map is an infantry pulse setup. I've actually seen this type of layout a couple times before, so I figured it would be a good one to discuss. Interestingly, Lysithea is carrying Miracle here, which will still be 1 charge short of full after her times pulse and the team's 2 infantry pulses. As a result, her firepower will be lower than you might expect. She's also the team's hardy bearing user, but be cautious about sending in Altina, as the team also uses Windsweep Røkkr and Guard Reprisal Virion as a means of thwarting her. One big weakness for this map is the choke point right here. If you don't break the tactics room or concert hall and stick a good 2-range tank in this spot, preferably a red one, the enemy may have a difficult time breaking through, since you have 2 free spaces to put down backline support units. Another more general weakness is the usual approachability of the map, as all the units are infantry. Raiding parties that use a refresher should have no trouble with breaking buildings and testing traps to get a more advantageous playing field. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and send in the Altina raiding party here. Now I have calculated it out such that I know that Altina will not fall even if both Thrasir and Lysithea are able to actually attack her before she gets into vantage range. So I'm going to go ahead and move her up and get my support structure behind her. And let's take a look and see how this enemy phase goes. I think Lysithea attacks first because she does deal more damage. Thrasir with weapon triangle disadvantage doesn't really do actually anything. And, of course, the Gerskogel charges up Altina's twin blades, so this hit will take her down to Miracle. Oh, that's pretty fun to see her just suspended up in the air like that with her swords menacingly raised above her head. And the second hit will take her out. So 10 damage does not put her in vantage range. Let's take a look and see what Thrasir's damage looks like. 2 5s. That Moonbow didn't actually deal anything. I'm a little confused because I'm pretty sure I calculated out such that I knew it did deal extra damage. At least a little bit. Not much. But 50 base attack plus 4 from Efinger should have... Oh, wait, no. Forrest has sabotage attack. Oh, I forgot about that. I totally am not used to having him on this team, to be perfectly honest with you. I swapped Nana out very, very recently, just this season. So the reason was I wanted a unit that could actually take chill res, because Altina was taking it before, and she's this team's tank, and, you know, having your tank take chill res is not exactly the best idea. So I decided that since I had a Forest anyway, I'd go ahead and slot him onto this team, see what he could do. And since his offenses are garbage, I put his Wrathful Staff on I did not put Wrathful Staff in his B passive slot. I put Sabotage Attack there instead, and I just forgot it was there. So, Virion does move straight down, which is totally perfect, which means that I will be able to use a combination of Naga and Forest to take him down. In fact, I'm pretty sure it's safe to leave Naga at this location. She should be able to take out Olivia on the enemy phase. We'll have to double check what those matchup numbers look like, but I think that should be safe. So let's go ahead and... Oh, hey, you know, I just realized that Røkkr has Windsweep. That's not actually really a problem, even though it would stop Altina's counterattack, just because with my particular setup, Altina's res is stacked to high heaven, so she actually can't deal any damage to Altina without that Moonbow activation. And with the Moonbow activation, she only does like I don't remember what it was what it came out to when I calculated it, but it wasn't really a whole lot. Nothing worth worrying about. So let me go ahead and start getting into position to pick up these Aether structures. I'll go ahead and leave Naga in range of Ophelia with the gold flyers especially. That shouldn't even be a problem. Actually, it looks like Lucina is taking the Bright Shrine anyway, so speed isn't even really an issue. So she does indeed fall down to 2 47s. I'm curious to see whether Røkkr will go straight down or go down right. If she goes down right, I might be able to trap her. Yeah, I might be able to trap her if this bolt trap is real, because any damage from the bolt trap, no matter what it is, would have put Naga below half HP, so I would have been able to warp Azura to Naga, refresh Forest, and then trap Røkkr between Altina or Lucina and Forest. Unfortunately, not the case, so I'll just smite Forest up, no big deal. And then, let me take a look. Okay, turn 4, I'm very safe here. Let me go ahead and refresh Altina, break the Fei Kagami Mochi, that's what it's called. And that'll allow me to pick up the Fountain and the Amphore on the the player phase. Interesting. I guess that makes sense the way Renea moves straight down instead of towards Altina, because she actually does deal more damage than Lucina, because Lucina's res is kind of bad. So, 2 14s out of Lucina, that's a guaranteed 4H KO, which is perfect since I've got a refresher waiting in the wings, and that is this map. The second map is a restore trap setup. The idea is that if you apply debuffs to either Leith or Selkie, then Veronica or Priscilla will go to restore them and get refreshed by Erasing, which significantly extends their threat range. From there, the AI will become aggressive, allowing Leith and Selkie themselves to start approaching your team and possibly get an early pick. The big weakness for this map is the structure setup at the bottom. It's far too closed off and leaves a lot of space for hiding an offense team's units. Also take note of the forest tile and panic manor, which none of the cavalry are able to traverse. This significantly lowers the enemy defense team's ability to threaten these two spaces, so it's definitely possible to put a good tank here and just wait for things to happen. Alrighty, I'm pretty sure the Dragon Armor team just hard walls this defense map, so I'm just going to go ahead and get right into this battle. Let me go ahead and kick things off by putting a dune directly below these two palm trees. I'm not super comfortable calling it a forest tile, since this is not really a traditional forest tile, but oh well. Okay, that was the real heavy trap. Alright, good to know, good to know. Actually, does this tactics room affect Micaiah? Micaiah's got 59 HP. Tactics room affects 60 and lower, so let's go ahead and get her over into this corner so she doesn't get hit by that. Now I'll go ahead and move Naga and Altina to safety. To do that, yeah, that's definitely the positioning I want. I don't want either healer to be able to attack that space. So now Veronica will restore Leith, get refreshed by Erasing. Alright, she does go after Sothis, and Sothis has lower, she does have lower res, and she doesn't penalize Veronica's attack. So she will get a second refresh from the other Erasing here, and now her attack should deal less damage because of attack speed solo not being active anymore. And now Veronica is in a perfect position to get picked off by Micaiah, who has cavalry effectiveness, and of course Sothis's special fighter prevented Veronica from actually charging up her miracle. So let's go ahead and take care of that. And then I'm thinking I want to actually go ahead and reposition Micaiah out of harm's way, unless I can have Sothis take something out? Sothis or a dune, either would work, but no, that doesn't look possible. Let me take a look here. Yeah, oh, 1 damage short, you're kidding. Okay, let's go ahead and get Micaiah out of this position, and we will have to see what the enemy phase brings. So, I am expecting some combat from at least either Selkie or Leith. Okay, Selkie does go ahead and attack. That's not a very pretty looking matchup. Selkie has Gale Force though, so she's not going to be dealing more damage with her special activation, which she will be getting after the refresh spree. I actually totally blanked on why Priscilla didn't kick off by restoring, and then I remembered that the bonus structure this week is the tactics room. So Priscilla was inhibited by that until one of the Erasings moved out of the way, clearing the space for her to actually provide a restore to Leith. Oh, with that Fury Burn! Actually, Dune's 1 damage is going to be able to take Selkie out. Nice. So she will be able to fight Leith, and with a fully charged bonfire, although Leith does get the full measure of 40% mitigation from her weapon, so I'm not entirely certain it will kill, and in fact, I really don't think it will. That's a funny special quote, though. So, let's see. I could actually do the same thing, have Micaiah take her out, or I could just have Dune do it. Let's go ahead and do that. I like this positioning, the way it is, actually. So I'm going to go ahead and have Dune take her down, and unfortunately, Sothis is not able to take down Erasing. But let's go ahead and actually have her hit him, and then what I can do is I will reposition Micaiah in to do the job instead. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. That's a nice matchup. Sothis gets some healing off, which is definitely very appreciated. And actually, Sothis does protect the space just below the tactics room, so now I can actually have Naga smite Micaiah out of harm's way. And Naga definitely won't be getting attacked by Priscilla on the enemy face, no matter what happens. So I am expecting an attack here, since no debuffs are applied to the other Erasing. So she does go ahead and attack Sothis. And then, obviously, a refresh is going to come out. And then I have to decide whether I want to leave Priscilla alive or Rayson alive while I go pick up the Aether structures. Obviously, Priscilla isn't going to be killing my dragon armors, but she might pose a threat to, say, Altina, possibly Naga. Not 100% sure. Actually, you know what I think I can do? I think I might be able to get Micaiah over into Rayson's range, since he does move 3 spaces, since he will transform. So I should be able to get her to Altina's current spot, which means it's totally safe to have Sothis take out Priscilla here. And then I will lead up into the Aether structure destruction by... let me go ahead and flip Sothis up towards the Aether Amphorae. And then I believe Micaiah should be able to move over 2 spaces, break the tactics room, and breaking the tactics room will give Altina space to maneuver. And then I'll be able to just punt her over there. Rayson definitely isn't going to be able to take her down. In fact, I don't even think he doubles her since Chill Speed is active on him. And let me take a look at how do I want to run this. I think what I do is I break the Aether Amphorae from the defense tile space. Yes. And then I can smite Altina up 2 spaces. And then I can either have her reposition Sothis or the other way around. Let me just actually make sure. Yeah, Micaiah can take down Rayson. Let's just flip her up here. Keep the dragon arms together. Break the fountain and end the map.
I'm right here.
Together forever.
And that is it. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Aether Raids Offense, despite the fact that there was less of it than usual. We'll have to see what happens next week in Light Season. Perhaps things will be a bit more challenging, and perhaps not. New Year's Air will be back in the bonus rotation at least, so I'll be able to give Mythic Air a break from her usual Tamari support role. And whatever happens, I hope to see you all in a week for another Aether Raids Offense video. So, until then, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.